Steve Harwood, the head coach at C. Milton Wright, has done an excellent job over the years here with this football program. Has Kevin Riley as one of his assistant coaches, and Kevin being a former head coach at Aberdeen, so there's a lot of years of experience sitting on that C. Milton Wright sideline along with their assistant coaches.
Of course, look at Joppatowne with Bill Weibel, the son of the legendary Augie Weibel from down at Poly, I think.
Yeah, Augie was a tremendous football coach. I'll tell you a funny story about him later on.
John Horgan, also Earl Murray, Alex Shipley, and Ryan Arist, I should say, the assistant coaches for Joppatowne. Ready to tee it off, and you'll see that the Mariners, or I should say the Mustangs, are having to hold the ball to keep it from going off the tee. Aaron Hart, number 8, holding. Looks like kicking off will be number 6, Aaron Tolley. Young Aaron, a 4.0 student, toes the ball, taken by an up lineman at the 30-yard line. Going to get it up to about the 36-yard line where the ball will be in play. 1st and 10. Ball taken by, it looked like number 68, Chris Robinson. Brings it back and puts the ball down at about the 37-yard line where the Mariners will put the ball in play. 1st and 10 at that point.
That was a what I call Velcro catch. That ball was hit so hard it just stuck to his chest. But the nice thing is that C. Milton Wright, Joppatowne is going to start off with real nice field position.
Coming here to the near side for Joppatowne, 82 is Matt Jones. Power I backfield behind Dallas Talley. The up back gets
Great
the ball.
Yardage.
Boy, that's exactly what you wanted to see happen if you're Joppatowne. Push that pile backwards.
Well, they got what we call a stem backfield. It's stem left and just went straight ahead at what we refer to as isolation. Now, the important thing when you watch this offense, and it's probably hard to pick up on a TV set, is look at splits. The splits to the left side of the field were much wider than the right side of the field. Typically, you want to take your players away from the point of attack. Now, once again,
Jeff Bates is that up back.
Same formation, isolation again.
That's Gothigan. He breaks it into the backfield. He picks up great yardage across the 40-yard line, down to about the 37 of C. Milton Wright.
Big play there, and well played defensively was Mike Glasscock. Just the number 2. He was in a safety position, broke down. He had to make that tackle. It was going to go for a touchdown.
D'Angelo Gothigan, number 21, 5'10", 168-pound junior. He's already got 850 yards, 8.5 yards per carry. Carried that ball into Mustang territory. Cross buck. Good blocking there by Joppatowne. Chris Robinson, Andy Upton, Alex Kalambinas, the center, leading the way. Jimmy Lutman was the ball carrier. Lutman has, on the year, 301 yards. He's the guy that they bring in as a changeup back.
A real important player for C. Milton Wright, Don, is going to be Ryan Calabrese. Played an outstanding football game and made some major plays against Aberdeen. We'll see if he can do that tonight. Nice defense this time.
Gothigan, this time he's stacked up on the right side of that defensive line, or actually the left side. No gain on 2nd down. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 8 yards to go for the 1st down. This is where you expect to see Talley loosen it up. He's got that great combination like a Brett Favre where he can hurt you with his legs and he can hurt you with his arm.
Yeah, and we talked about his favorite receiver. I believe it's Ryan Spahn.
And George Smith, number 27, out to this near side.
Yeah, I stood next to number 87, number 27 out on the field. Boy, he is one tall target. Going
Pitch
option.
Back. That's Gothigan. One man to beat. He beats him. He's got the 1st down and more. Out of bounds. Out of bounds down at about the 18-yard line.
Well, what it was an option, and an excellent block by Ryan Spahn. We just talked about him, and just a great read by the quarterback. And give credit to the coaching staff. That is a great call on 3rd and long.
1st down, the ball just about at the 20-yard line, maybe just outside by a half yard. Gothigan with the ball off the right side. Good yardage on 1st down. Following Phil Tillman, and I don't blame him. I would too. That's going to be close to a 1st down, Frank, on the play. Pickup of 7 on 1st down.
C. Milton Wright may have to make some adjustment defensively here. With those 3 defensive linemen down and the type of blocking that's happening here, it's really tough.
That's Lutman with the ball. He's going to be hit and held in the defensive backfield. It looked like number 25 making the tackle. That's Darren Mitchum. I should say, actually it's Derek Hamill who makes the stop, number 25.
There's a big play here, Don. 3rd and 3, probably in 2-down territory anyway. Little adjustment by Steve Milton. Nice job.
That's going to be close. He's hit in the hole. Hit in the hole by Chris Robinson. Check it down by Chris Robinson, but going to be very, very close. And as Frank said, 4th down and maybe a half yard, and it is 4-down territory.
Yeah, I doubt at this point with the wind in their face that they're going to kick an extra point. A field goal, but plays coming in. It looks like by Joppatowne.
Measurement now. It could be a sort of a moot point, as we say, if they do get the first down. It's going to be very, very close. Give you the starting lineup for Joppatowne. Talley, Green, and Goffigan in the backfield with George Smith, the flanker, Jeff Bates, the tight end, and Ryan Spahn is the tight end. Along that line, Chris Robinson, Andy Upton, Alex Calabinas, Phil Tillman, and Eric Peach. Going to come up about maybe, what, 3 or 4 inches short?
They're about a yard short, it looks like, by what the official signal. Now, this is a great situation, just a quarterback sneak, but I'm sure C. Milton is going to jump into some type of goal line here, really try to get some penetration.
Big play early in the ball game, about 8 minutes and 28 seconds left in the first period. No score. If you just tuned in, Joppatowne against C. Milton at C. Milton for the county championship, or just about, although they have one more week to play. This probably will decide it. Timeout called by the official.
They're coming out in a power eye right. Typically, they're showing power eye right, Don, and they've been going away from the power side, so I'm anticipating this play will come to the left.
Larry Yoakum, the official, is straightening it out.
That'll be they'll be coming. I think if they stay with tendency, they'll be coming towards Andy Upton.
Big play early in the ball game, 4th down and 1. It's a quarterback keeper.
Sneak.
Following Alex Calambinas, it looks like he may get the first down.
Real close again.
And it is a first down. This drive started back at the 37-yard line. The ball down just about at the 10. Looks like, Frank, it's inside the 10, so it'll be 1st and goal from about the 9.5-yard line.
Yeah, so they've got to score.
Joppatowne 8-0, C. Milton Wright 4-4, but C. Milton has just 1 loss in the county. Pitch back. This is Goffigan looking for a block.
Play.
Still on his feet. Fumble!
Remember what we talked about.
It looks like C. Milton's going to get
it.
Looks like number 26 is going to make the recovery.
That is a big turnover.
That's
and
Alex
a big
Buellman.
play for
Frank Alex Buellman comes up with the fumble recovery just at the 5-yard line. Goffigan had good yardage, but then he didn't put the ball away.
Well, it was a great hit. Well played defensively. The corner strung it out, gave a backside pursuit chance to get to the point of attack, and they just came in and made a great tackle. Now, they're not out of the hole yet. They've got the football, but they're not in good field position. Look for number 41, Edwards, on these plays coming through the line of scrimmage. Single back.
In motion, Buellman. That is Edwards. He's going to pick up short yardage on 1st down, maybe a couple. Mustangs putting the ball in play at their own 4-yard line, Frank.
Well, just a strange, it just surprised me the type of philosophy teams have. They're on goal line offense, basically, and they got a single back and they're in a spread formation. So there's only one back who can carry the football. I mean, you really need to be able to throw the ball. I think their purpose is to try to spread Joppatowne out and try to get some seams, but Joppatowne, I don't think is going to be the type of team that you're going to be able to spread out and pound up the middle.
Brian Balser, the quarterback, 6'4", 207, good size. The give around the left side, out to about the 10-yard line. It's going to come up short of the 1st down.
Mike Glasscock with the carry, and we've got, Don, a very interesting situation. 3rd down and 2.
Ball resting just about at the 12-yard line. They've got to get up to the 14 for the 1st down. Still 6 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the first period of play. No score. Joppatowne took the ball, took on the kickoff, came all the way down to the 4-yard line where they fumbled, and now it's the Mustangs with the ball. Glasscock wide to this side of the field. Inside handoff, close to the first down, struggling for yardage. It's Alex Buellman. I think he may have that first down, Frank.
They got a lot of misdirection going for him at this point, John. See Milton Wright showing motion, running fakes, but
no, I think it's going to come up short. Well, now the officials, Yoakum is going to call in the chains again just to make sure. The one advantage that C. Milton Wright has, of course, if they do have to punt, that wind at their back, so they ought to be able to get a good punt off.
Yeah, well, more importantly, you need to get a good snap. And the snap's into the wind. You got a long snap situation here.
Aaron Tolley is the punter, 34.5 yards a punt.
And we got back Ryan Spahn.
It looks like George Smith, number 27, along with Goffigan, number 21.
Okay.
They're just about at the 45 and at the 45, so the home 45 and this visiting 45. The all-important snap coming up. Good snap. Tolley will meet it from about his own goal line. Big, high, spiraling kick. Smith lets it go over his head. That's a mistake, but it does go out of bounds. Well, that punt is going to be about 60 yards in the air.
Told you beforehand, the one thing that C. Milton Wright has is very good special teams, and that puts them at a field position, changes the field position situation now. It's going to be interesting to see if C. Milton Wright can tone up a little bit on the defensive end.
Of course, George Smith, it's easy for us up here because we know which way the wind is blowing, but he allowed that ball to go over his head and didn't get a return at all. Goes all the way down to the 32-yard line. The punt coming from about the 10. Oh, my math is not good, but that sounds like it's almost a 60-yard, 65-yard punt.
And C. Milton Wright is setting up defensively exactly what they did in the beginning of the football game. So we'll see if Joppatowne can sustain a drive this time.
Goffigan.
Nice plug.
Linebacker from that side makes the stop. May have been Sean Greer, number 11, to come in to make the stop.
I think it was Ryan Calabrese. Ryan Calabrese really impressed me, number one, during the, the Aberdeen football game. It was Ryan. Just scraped along, made a great plug. I really like the way he plays football.
Big matchup here on the near side. Alex Buellman, who made the recovery against George Smith. Down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Got a man. That's Spahn. He has it. One man to beat. A blocker out front. He could go all the way. There he goes at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Spahn. A 66-yard touchdown pass from Mr. Dallas Talley to Ryan Spahn. And Joppatowne has broken on top. 5:05 left in this first period.
Just wide open, just right down the middle of the football field. I have no clue where the safety was or what defense alignment that C. Milton Wright was in, but boy, a great call. Nobody broke on the football defensively, and just a nice run.
Well, you see Talley, he just lofted the ball out there against the wind, and Spahn made sure he had it, and then Smith was there to make the block. Here to add the extra point, Gus DeBlasi. Ball down, the kick is up, but no good. I don't think he ever got that ball down.
He kicked it right out of his hand.
I've not seen one like that before.
Well, I told you, Don, now I know for sure if there's an edge that goes to either team on special teams, I would say it has to go to C. Milton. But offensively, we've seen two very impressive offensive performances by Joppatowne High School. So C. Milton's going to have to really buckle down. They need to get the ball offensively. And what they did in the Aberdeen game this year is they sustained drives, had a lot of offensive time. If they're not able to sustain offensive drives and eat up some clock, this could be a long night for C. Milton Wright.
Well, if you're Greg Commandor, the coach of Joppatowne, it's exactly what you wanted to see happen. Not the fumble, but they've come out and taken control of this game, and then Talley showed that great arm and that great touch. Well, Ryan Spahn caught it, went in 66 yards, 2 plays, and Joppatowne's on top.
Well, what you feel good about if you're a coach is you can do it two ways. And when you're two-dimensional, that really puts a lot of pressure on the defensive coordinator for C. Milton Wright. They can grind it out or they can throw the ball. We talked about their special team, their skill position people.
And, of course, look at the talent. Who's kicking off? It's Dallas Talley. That's what we used to call triple threat. Run, pass, and kick. Toes the ball. It's high in the air.
That's a lot of problems.
And I think his knee went down, but they didn't call it. And finally, he does go down. The he being number 9, Jay Barnes. Into the wind, that ball just sort of floated
well,
out
there. I'll tell you, that had the biggest hang time, the longest hang time I've ever seen on a kickoff. It just hung up there, and when you're sitting underneath that football waiting for it to come down, and you got those guys coming down, those headhunters from Joppatowne, that is a tough spot to be in.
Gilman coming to the near side. Looks like a new quarterback in. In fact, no, actually they're in the shotgun. Balser still at quarterback. Throws it long, has a man down the side. It's going to be overthrown. C. Milton Wright wanted a flag, didn't get one. Mike Glasscock going for the pass. Flag goes down, it's going to be against Joppatowne and maybe roughing the passer.
Well, Josh McKimmey for Joppatowne, number 10, had great field position on defensively, played that as well as you can play it.
The one thing McKimmey and perhaps even Balser didn't figure again was that wind. That ball just kept carrying, went over everybody's head, and it is going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer. That's a big one.
You can see the arm on Brian Balser. He just sits back there and aired it out. Nice tight spiral, and right on the money. I mean, just a fraction of an inch and that thing's caught.
Brian, an excellent basketball player during the winter. Did a great job for the Mustangs last year. Still with the ball, Balser. Looking to throw, has some time, throws it, has his man.
Nice catch.
That's Glasscock. It's going to be close to the first down, maybe a yard short.
Great catch. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't want to be a linebacker for Joppatowne because of all that motion and misdirection that C. Milton's throwing at him. I would probably end up running into somebody on my own team. I mean, they've got motion. They're faking both directions. They just drive you nuts, and it's giving him a little bit extra time to throw the ball. That's what I like about that type of an offensive situation, that they provide you with that extra time for the quarterback.
Single back behind the quarterback, Balser.
Here we go.
The give coming this way. Brandon Stewart. Stewart's going to have the first down to about the 40-yard line of the Mariners.
Stewart did something that you try to teach every running back. At the point where he was going to get tackled, he decided, I'm going to be the hammer and not the nail here. Dropped his shoulder and really delivered a blow. Real nice job on 21's part running the football.
Brandon Stewart, a junior, 5'9", 190 pounds. He has 583 yards on the year, 6.7 yards per carry. He's a senior, carries a 3.0 grade point average.
Now look at these formations. The fullback's offset left. There's nobody behind the quarterback.
In motion, Glasscock. He has the ball.
Block.
Bates is chasing him down, though. Nice job by Jeff Bates as he chases down Mike Glasscock after a gain of maybe a half yard.
He got a great block by Dave Edwards, and I thought he was going to spring it, but you're right. It was just one of those plays where the defensive backside just had the speed to catch up to the football. Speed kills, as we say in the game of football.
Jeff Bates, 5'10", 182-pound linebacker. He wasn't going to be beaten. 10.8 tackles per game.
And he's got a lot of speed if he caught that from behind.
Coming to the near side is Aaron Tolley. D'Angelo Goffigan on him. The give is to Stewart. He's going to be hit and held. Looks like Phil Tillman, number 72, on the tackle.
Yeah, you got to hold your blocks on the backside. What really upsets you as a football coach is when your point of attack is to the right offensive side of the field and the right defensive side makes the play. And that's what's happening right now. The backside is not controlling the point of attack, and they've got to be able to sustain their blocks.
Third down, 9 yards to go. They've got to get down to the 30-yard line to the Mustangs. This drive started on the 32-yard line of C. Milton Wright. They're now at the 38, 39. Flag goes down from the line judge.
Not a good situation for the offense. Somebody's lined up in a neutral zone or delay a game.
Let's see what it is. Encroachment.
Go against Japat.
Yeah, wow. Phil Tillman is sort of putting his arms out saying, I don't know what I did. That's a big penalty. Now instead of having third and long, you've got third and about 3.5, and that changes the situation, Frank.
Well, let's not forget what I said earlier. The important thing for C. Milton Wright to be successful tonight is to control the offensive time that they have the football, and they're doing that right now.
Edwards, the fullback, the lone back behind Balser. Glasscock in motion.
Guard.
Edwards has the ball. I think he might have that first down, too. He had to get across the 30.
Well, if he did it on his own because there was really supposed to be a trap play, and there was never a trap on that. There was nobody made any collision at the point of attack, trapping that looked like the outside linebacker or tackle. So you got this is a very important play right here, Don. 4th down and inches.
They put the ball down just short of the 30-yard line, which means it is 4th down. Couldn't be more than 3 or 4 inches to go.
And if Joppatowne get this football back, they would start offensively exactly where they've been almost every time we've seen them start with the football on offense.
Big play, 1:39 left in the first. Glasscock in motion. Balser the sneak. He's got the first down. One of those situations where he just taps the center hikes it, and there he goes. It's nice when you have a 6'4", 207-pound quarterback, Frank.
Yeah, what scares you now, what C. Milton Wright did there, Don, is they ran motion. Normally when you've got an inch to go, you're hesitant as a coach to run motion because if you get that first down and that motion back turn early, you just lost the first down. So a lot of times you won't run motion on that, but the motion does make the linebacker open up a little bit.
Tolley, the wide man, Stewart in motion, giving Stidis to Edwards, and boom, down he goes. What a play by Tillman. Boy, Phil Tillman showed why he's a Division I prospect, Frank. Not only is he 303 pounds, but he is quick.
Well, the thing that he's driving you nuts about is he's coming from the backside. So, I mean, I'm not sure if they flip-flopped him that time, but if you watch him, he's going to go, well, let's see.
Like he's playing the nose right now.
No, he's moving,
Yeah,
well, they're
right.
meandering around, but he's playing the right defensive side of the line of scrimmage, and he's making plays to the opposite side of the field consistently. They got to get double teams on him and get him control.
Loss of 1, 2nd down 11. Almost a mix-up. Balser back to throw, has a man. It's
He's
going to
got
be
him wide open.
Glasscock drops the ball right off his fingertips. Oh, my.
Oh, that's tough.
That's the kind you replay when you're about as old as we are, Frank.
Well, it's right there. You couldn't throw it any better. I mean, I'm really impressed with the way Brian's throwing the football. Put it right there on the money, and you just got to bring that football in.
Beautiful pass, and Glasscock had it right on his fingertips, but he couldn't bring it in, and instead of a touchdown, it's going to be 3rd down and 11. Tolley coming to the near side.
If you got some razzle-dazzle, this is the time to do it.
Stewart is the wing back to the far side. Edwards the lone back. Glasscock on this side. Stewart in motion. The give inside. No, not much happening.
It's really neat. They bring that back in motion and just fake to him. It's just actually a cross buck, as you refer to it,
Yep.
but it's had a motion. And then
Alex Clark with the big tackle.
What do
That's
you
a
do here?
strange call, Frank, with
Yeah.
3rd down and 11. I'm not sure. Maybe they hope to catch Joppatowne a little
looking for
unawares.
pass. Well, I think they're just thinking that Japat may be coming hard. If they get up the field a little bit and you can get that kick-out block, you're off and running.
That's
And,
the end of that
again,
first quarter, Frank.
We've seen Dave Edwards, make some big plays early this year against Aberdeen on that same play. Now, the thing is, what do you think they're doing here, Don? I mean, this is a 4th down, 10. It's too
Frank, I
far
don't
out
know.
for. I mean, it's
You're
too far
the
out.
coach, Frank. All I do is call them.
Well,
You tell me.
That's what
What
I
do you
like
pull
to
out
see
of your
what you do.
playbook?
Well, I mean, right now, the number one thing that you have to look at, they're going to be trying, if they do go for a field goal.
Well, they switched the wind
they're
now.
getting a win,
Yeah.
right.
Had they been able to get the field goal off with the wind at their backs,
They had a shot.
still would have been a 50-yarder, so I'm
Yeah.
not sure they have somebody who can kick it that far. So everything now shifts in Joppatowne's favor. 4th down, about 9 yards to go
Well,
for
if
a
you
first
punt,
down.
If you punt, you're going to end up probably with the ball on the 20-yard line. It's going to go into the end zone. So now what they can do is fake punt here and run a play off of the fake punt. Just kind of spread them out a little bit.
This is a 10-play drive, and Frank, at least what you're saying, they did use a lot of the time. Now they can only convert.
Yeah. Well, the touchdown really hurts them. If they would have scored that touchdown, it would have really boosted their morale and given them some momentum going in to the rest of this half. But right now, we'll see what they come up with for this 3rd and long.
Glasscock and Barnes, the twins on the far side. Glasscock in motion. Balser back to throw without a fake. Looking down the middle, has a man. It's going to be broken up by McKinney, I should say. Josh McKinney, number 10, breaks it up at just the last moment, intended for Jay Barnes. Barnes had a step, but McKinney knocked it down.
McKinney, great play. Like the way Balser stands in there. It's always been a trait of the C. Milton Wright quarterbacks to stand in, be patient, and boy, they throw up the field and they throw it really on a rope. So nice pass, nice attempt there.
Joppatowne will take over on downs on their own 27, leading by 6-0 very early here in the second period. That brings Mr. Dallas Talley back onto the field. Almost a mix-up. Talley still has the ball. Wow, he made something out of nothing, Frank.
Yeah, well, they have not been impressive, and I mean they being C. Milton Wright, they have not been impressive tackling tonight. Right at the get-go, I've seen a couple of broken tackles, and that's not typical of C. Milton. I don't know if C. Milton is just not tackling well or if Joppatowne's just that tough to bring down.
Well, Dallas Talley has that extreme, I mean, he's the athlete that just makes a difference. You can wrap him up, but those quick feet, he's just able to escape. Talley still with the ball, looking deep. Has a man, that's Smith. It's going to be almost intercepted. Smith ends up being the defensive back, knocking it away from Glasscock. Nice job by Glasscock, number 2, 5'10", 160-pound junior. Mike Glasscock, a baseball player, 3.5 GPA student. Third down, 6 yards to go. 11:14 left in the second period. Still 6-0 Joppatowne. They scored on a 2-play drive, capped, of course, by that 66-yard touchdown pass from Talley to Spahn. Still with the ball, Talley. Got a blocker in front. Going to be pulled down, though, short of the first down.
That's the first time they made a short tackle on a wide play tonight.
That's Chris Sherry with the tackle. Nice tackle by Sherry.
A very important defensive stance for C. Milton, Don. They're going to force a punt situation. Now, Joppatowne does have the wind at their back, but opportunity here for somewhat of a shift in field position for C. Milton Wright, and that's what they need. And they're in this football game. With that defensive stance, if they can get a score right now, knowing they had an earlier score that they could have had, it'll really give a lot of momentum to C. Milton.
Matt Jones to punt the ball away. Of course, the all-important snap first. It's a good one. Jones gets it off, high end-over-end kick. Glasscock takes it at his own 30. Avoids one tackle.
Nice move. Don't turn your back.
Finally taken down off his feet at the 40-yard line by a whole host of those white-shirted Mariners. And the Mustangs will put the ball in play, 1st and 10 from their 40. 10:18 left in the half, down by 6-0.
He got as much as he could on that punt return. Moved his feet real well, and then he made that little jitterbug step, and boy, that really sprung him for an extra 3, 4, 5 yards. So now we've got an opportunity where, again, we got to see if C. Milton Wright can control some offensive time.
Balser, the quarterback, Stewart, Edwards, Alex Buellman in the backfield.
Look at they got 8 in the box, challenging C. Milton Wright to throw the ball on first down.
Edwards with the ball. Good hard run as he picks up 3 or 4 on first down.
They are loaded up. They're man-to-man on the corners right now, Joppatowne, and the middle of the field's wide open. Any type of, again, we talked about this last time you and I did a game, any pass up the middle to the tight end would go for a big play if Joppatowne stays in this offense.
Of course, we saw Joppatowne do that to C. Milton earlier. That was the touchdown pass from Talley to Spahn. Coming to the near side is number 8, Aaron Hart.
Now look at the safety position, Don. There is no safety up the field whatsoever. Pure man-to-man coverage.
Crossbuck. Flag goes down. Stewart with the ball. Have a new quarterback in, by the way. It's Glodek. Billy Glodek, number 7, the new quarterback. Holding against the Mustangs.
That hurts. Yeah, we've watched Billy Glodek share responsibilities all year with Brian Balser, and both of them are just outstanding quarterbacks. I mean, it's as a football coach, it's always very difficult to have 2 great skill position players at one school, and I'm sure there's a lot of schools out in this county right now. I know a few of them myself that would love to have just one of these players.
And of course, the problem is both Glodek and Balser are seniors, and
right.
So you can't be preparing one for the next year. It's I mean, this is it.
Yeah, they've been going through that the whole time they've been here. But Billy's got a great arm.
Edwards and Stewart in the backfield. Fumble. Let's see now. Joppatowne says they have it. It looked like Glodek was trying to take the ball back out of the stomach.
It was just a broken play. The timing just was terrible. As a football coach, you look for timing is the most important thing, that your back's at the hole with full force, a full gauge, and the whole play just started off sloppily. And that's what sometimes happens when you get a new quarterback in there and the center's not used to him. He's not used to the center. The backs are not used to the way he hands off and his voice cadence.
Looks like they may have to use a timeout too. Glodek just doesn't know what's happening, and he does use that timeout. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. Big play here for C. Milton. They don't want to make a mistake right now.
This is one of those you don't really want to go over by the coach.
Absolutely.
When you got to burn a timeout, and you can see Steve feels like the play was called. They should have known what was going to go on.
Billy Glodek talking to his coaching staff, trying to see exactly what can happen for his team. 3rd down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 40-yard line of C. Milton. 8:47 left in the half. C. Milton trailing by 6-0. Frank, it's exactly what we hoped would happen, and that would be a good ball game between these two powerhouse football teams.
Yeah, well, right now, 6-0 isn't going to hold up. I think the important thing here is C. Milton Wright's going to have to control, as we said, the ball offensively, and it looks like this 3rd and 10 is going to be a critical play for them.
Third down, 10 yards to go. The play now is where it needs to be, and let's see if the Mustangs have an answer. Going into the win here in the second period, down by 6-0. What do you do here, Frank? You're the coach. Glodek, the quarterback. Edwards behind him. Goffigan, it's a double reverse.
Trap.
And he's gone. That's Glasscock. He could go all the way. Let's see if he can outrun McKimmey, and he does. Touchdown, C. Milton Wright. A big 60-yard touchdown run by Mr. Mike Glasscock.
Mike showed great speed. I tell you, just opened up. And I told you, if I was a linebacker for C. Milton Wright, I would be doing spins all over the place. I mean, the bottom line is the linebackers are seeing all types of misdirection. It was an awesome call by Coach Harwood in a long yardage situation, and I tell you what, puts a lot of air back into the life of C. Milton.
Well, we have a tie score right now, and let's see if the Mustangs can add that extra point. Flag goes down.
I think you got an offsides on Joppatowne.
Aaron Tolley, number 6, the young man who's attempting the extra point. Now, if it is offside, now to move you closer, do you think about going for 2?
No, I think with the kicking, with the kicking game that C. Milton has, they're taking the point, the sure point. This is how they beat Aberdeen a couple of weeks back. They, I think the score was 20-21, and was all on extra points. And C. Milton Wright just does a great job of kicking the ball.
Oh, I don't know this time.
Somebody got a hand on that.
That win too.
Look at number coming off 68 for Japat.
Well, we don't have a 68 for Joppatowne. Yes, we do. That's Chris Robinson.
Chris Robinson. Somebody, I think, it sounded to me like something hit that football.
It also seemed that it went off the side of his foot, and that wind just took it. Looked like my drive, Frank.
Yeah,
in
all
golf.
of our drives.
Oh, my. It just starts right and keeps going right. 6-6 the score.
Yeah, but they
2
found
missed
the
extra
ball,
points.
Don.
Yeah,
You
that's
never
good
find
point.
your ball.
Well, I pretend I don't find it.
Yeah, you're like me. I mean, a good golf match is if I finish with the ball I started, and that's never happened. I don't worry about score. It's survival of the ball.
We were talking about Eddie Gross earlier, the late Eddie Gross, and I remember playing golf with Eddie's father one time, and his wasn't a great golfer. He used to carry 20 coins in one pocket, and he would switch a coin each time he took a shot. The only trouble was he ran out of coins a lot. That's when you know you're not doing so well.
Yeah.
Well, we have a new ball game, 6-6, 8:33 left here in the first half.
This is interesting. We're going to have somebody hold the ball on a kickoff.
That's what happened in the first time they kicked off as well. Aaron Tolley to kick it off. Aaron Hart, number 8, is the young man who's holding the ball. A floater. It's going to hit Goffigan and Smith. Smith will take it. Smith at the 30, right up the middle.
He's going to explode. What a burst of speed, huh?
Finally taken off his feet by Edwards, just short of the 50-yard line at the 48.
What a burst of speed. He just exploded. He outran everybody, including his team. You know, we were talking earlier about Coach Weibel, and his dad was at Poly when I was coaching at Bel Air with Lynn Carr, and we were going to play them in a scrimmage game. I'm sorry, an opening game of the season was against Poly, and we wanted to go and scout them in a scrimmage. And I called him up to ask permission, and he said on the phone, I'm just telling you right now so you don't waste your time what we do. We run off tackle, we run isolation, and that's all we do.
Still with the ball up the middle, the first man through. Looks like that as they unpile.
And Coach Weibel coached many great athletes playing the NFL, college ball.
Jimmy Lutman, the carrier, maybe a pickup of 1 on first down up to the 49.
Well, I'll tell you, whatever C. Milton Wright has done defensively has really made a big difference, because all of a sudden we don't see those big gapping holes in that 5-6 yard a run average by Joppatowne. And you know, going back to what we talked about earlier, Joppatowne's never beaten C. Milton, so in their mind there's going to be that question.
Still with the ball tally.
Nice block.
Looking for a man. He's got him open. That's Glasscock. Oh, just off the fingertips of Matt Jones. Matt had it. Glasscock did a nice job of bothering him, but Matt Jones had a chance to pull it in, just couldn't do it.
I tell you, more and more I watch Phil Tillman for Joppatowne, more impressed I am. He just set up on pass blocking, and he's just so big and so strong. It's so tough to get around him, get penetration, and get some pressure on Dallas.
Well, this is a big down now for Joppatowne. 3rd down, a long 9 to go. They don't want to give the ball up here with the wind at their back. This is when they need to be making their hay.
Yeah. Well, they were able to just pound that football out on the ground. Now they're kind of getting.
Boy, splitting is Sean Greer, but I think he may have gotten across just a little bit quickly.
They've definitely fragmented from their offensive game plan. They came out that first half and they just moved that football right down the field on the ground. Now they're trying to mix a little bit of run and pass, and right now there isn't a lot of cohesion on what's going on offensively for Joppatowne, but they did get a big break here.
Yeah, they did. Instead of being 3rd and 9, now it's 3rd and a long 4.5, almost 5. Ball resting now across midfield at the 47-yard line of the C. Milton Mustangs. They've got to get down to the 42, or just this side of the 42 to the Mustangs. I should say the Mariners. 6-6 if you just tuned in. Battle for the Harford County Championship, more or less. Pitch is to Goffigan, looking for a block. He's got the first down.
Nice play.
Gets the block from Bates and gets the first down. Nice run by Gaffigan.
Yep.
D'Angelo Gaffigan with 850 yards coming in, an 8.5 average every time he touches the ball, Frank.
I would just keep going in that play. The defense that C. Milton Wright's shown tonight is not able to contain from the tackles that sweep. They're getting containment by the corner, but they're not getting containment by the outside end. And the inside linebackers, by the time they get to the attack, Calabrese made that last tackle, it's a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Here's Talley back to throw. He's going to be hit and held. His knee goes down, trying to avoid Calabrese, but can't do it, and down he goes.
See, I'm just a believer that if you got a play that's working like that, you run it again and again until that team shows you they can shut it down. And whether you run it to the same side or the opposite side now, we got the wide side of the field to the left. It's a 2nd and long. If you're going to see sweep, it's probably going to be the left.
Ryan Calabrese on that tackle. Calabrese with a 3.8 grade point average. Ryan's only a junior. Power I backfield. The give to the first man, Gaffigan. He could go. There he goes. Wow, what a play as he breaks that middle and scores without being touched. A 45-yard touchdown run.
Well, this is like a track meet, but the key thing here, Don, is this. Defensively, for both teams, you're going to play good defense. You got to play great. You have to have great defensive nose play, and that play broke right up the middle, and there's only one guy who can stop that play, and that's the nose guard.
Boy, not a whole lot of trickery. Gaffigan with the ball sort of on the trap play, and the trap worked as he went right up the middle. Timeout being burned by Joppatowne. Looks like they want to go for 2,
Oh,
Frank.
definitely.
Up by 12-6. Well, it's Frank again. Everything we hoped it would be. We wanted to see a good ball game between two teams, very talented and very spirited, and that's exactly what we've seen. Official is winding some time off the clock. It's going to be down somewhere near 6 minutes when he finishes.
Well, it's just typical high school football right now. You got the momentum swinging back and forth. Neither team is going to take control, as far as just blowing the other team away. It is going to be a great football game.
If you just tuned in.
Defensively, you got to be upset if you're C. Milton Wright. You just can't give a trap play up for a touchdown. You got to have some secondary play and linebacker play to support that running game, to support the run defense, and they just didn't get it on that last series.
They just tuned in. Joppatowne broke on top 6-0. They scored at 5:05 of the first period. Tally to Spahn a 66-yard pass, 2-play 66-yard drive. Let's watch and see what happens here on the two-point conversion attempt. 12-6, trying to make it 14-6. Still with the ball.
Pass.
Talley looking to get in, and he does, as he just knocks down that pylon on the side and is given credit for the two-point conversion. Frank, and there again you see the talent of Dallas Talley. I think you said pass because he had no way he was going to get around that corner, but he just had that little burst of speed that got him there.
Not only that, but give credit to the coaching staff. They had two receivers, so you've got pressure on the defense to cover pass and run with a guy like Dallas, with the football. No doubt about it, a great call.
We told you about the first touchdown in the first period. C. Milton Wright came back and tied it at 6-6, a 60-yard run by Glasscock. The kick was no good. That was a 3-play drive. And then Joppatowne took over at their own 47 and in 5 plays scored the 45-yard touchdown run by D'Angelo Gaffigan, the 2-point conversion run you just saw by Dallas Talley. That's our score, 14-6.
Well, the other thing on that play, Don, that I've noticed for a number of years now, and I like what Joppatowne did, is they ran that play to the right, so the quarterback's option to pass or run was to his strength. I see so many teams today try to run that same play to the left, where if the quarterback's going to throw it, he has to reset himself to be able to get the ball up the field.
Here's Talley with the kickoff. Boom, he hits it over Glasscock's head, into the end zone and through the end zone. That young man has talent. What a nice young man. We had a chance to interview he and George Smith after their victory over John Carroll. And just like you want your quarterback to say, he credited everyone except himself.
Yep, he's a great kid, great leadership, and you talked about it with the coaching staff from Joppatowne. It's a type of team you enjoy coaching. Not a lot of headaches. They work hard on the practice field, and again, they've had a lot of positive results as a part of that effort.
Now let's see what the Mustangs can do. They've got 80 yards to go. Billy Glodak at quarterback. They're going into the wind here with 6 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first half. Edwards with the ball, hit and taken down on a big crunching tackle. Maybe picks up 2 or 3 on the first down.
More importantly here, again, is you hope your offense can control this ball long enough to go in, if nothing else, 14-6.
Tony Spriggs with the tackle on that. Spriggs, a big 6'3", 305-pounder. Well, you look at this roster of the Mariners, and they just 300-pounders, 288 pounds.
You're huge.
And they must have something in the water down there now. You just have years like that.
Yeah, you do.
Stewart in motion.
Nice trap.
That's the same play that went for the touchdown earlier.
I want to get a number 79
for
C. Milton Wright.
And that's
79.
That's Zinderman.
Zimmerman made an outstanding block on Joppatowne's lineman. I think it was, I'm not sure, number 72 for Japat.
That's Tillman.
Tillman. I mean, it was a super block.
And a first down, the ball at the 30-yard line. This time it's Edwards with the ball. This time Tillman gets a little revenge.
Yeah.
Meets him at the hole. Phil says, you blocked me once, you're not going to block me twice.
Yeah, he was there that time, but he's slow getting up.
Yeah, it looks like Phil may come up with an ankle. Phil's going to come off the field. That's a big loss for Joppatowne if he can't come back.
He'll be back. He's fine. I think he's just had a couple plays. He got trapped the last time. He's busting his tail on all the backside pursuit. I mean, that's a lot of football player out there, so you need a break.
Second down, 9 to go.
There's that play that went for a touchdown.
That's Stewart. Stewart's going to get the first down up near the 50-yard line.
And this is what you want to do if you're C. Milton Wright. No fumble and just keep that misdirection going. Their misdirection has got Joppatowne right now on their heels. Joppatowne's not playing confidently defensively against this misdirection, and it is tough.
4:30, 4:29 and counting left in the first half. 14-6, Joppatowne leading. The Mustangs, though, are marching. They started on their 20. They're now up to their 49. Stewart in motion.
There he goes,
Edwards
up the middle,
with the ball.
Edwards.
Edwards, the big fullback, 5'9", 220 pounds, averages 4.7 every time he touches the ball, goes across the midfield stripe, picks up 4 on first down.
And quarterback number 7, Billy Glodak, is just doing a great job now of running this. I don't know, what Brian Balser's doing on the sideline other than watching, but you got to give Billy a credit for really sustaining the drive here.
4-minute warning now, 4 minutes left in the first half. See Milton Wright obviously wanting to come in and score and perhaps tie this game before halftime. Joppatowne, obviously, on the other hand, would love to go in up at least by that 8 points.
Well, you want it, if nothing else, see Milton Wright wants to get their confidence that we can move the football against these guys, and we're not going to give them an easy score before the half. You don't want to go in 21 or 20-6. So this is a really nice drive by C. Milton Wright, and you know they really aren't going to throw the ball here because the wind's in their face. So you got to really gear up to the Spears running
That's
game.
Edwards. Edwards still on his feet, finally tripped up. A saving tackle made by number 39, Alex Clark. But for that tackle, he would have been gone.
Well, Joppatowne gambled. They blitzed. They're trying to offset the misdirection by getting penetration upfield, and they brought the safety, if there even is a safety. Again, all I see is 8 men in the box, and they're just challenging C. Milton Wright to throw the ball. I dare you to. You watch number 10, who right now is playing safety, and now he'll move right up to the line of scrimmage. There is nobody playing pass.
In motion, Stewart. That's Edwards with the ball. Big hole, falls down, trying to make a move on McKimmey.
Oh, well, I tell you, this is going to be a barn-burning game the way this is going. I mean, these teams are just, bottom line, moving the football, and they're doing it on nice offensive series. Great job by both coaching staffs.
Big 7-yard gain on first down by the big fullback. Glodek coming back into the huddle, has the play. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the half.
This is a nice drive, eating up a lot of clock. If they score, run this clock down to about 10, 15 seconds, boy, what a boost that would be for C. Milton.
Stewart in motion. The give.
There goes.
That's Alex Buellman with the ball. He's going to pick up a first down and cross the 20-yard line.
Just keep it going. You don't want to lull in the action. You got a lot of momentum going right now. You're hot. Keep it hot.
Well, right now it looks like neither defense has the answer to the other's offense.
No, it is. It's just a track meet right now, and you know, it's going to stay that way. It's going to be a fumble or a big mistake. It's going to cost somebody.
That's Edwards.
Look at that.
Edwards finally taken off his feet on the tackle by Alex Clark, but not before he picks up good yardage down next to the 10-yard line. This is an 8-play drive now. They started on the 20-yard line, did the Mustangs. Right after Joppatowne had scored, we asked what would the Mustangs do to counter, and we've seen what they're doing.
Yeah.
Coming right back with that bread and butter running play.
Well, they're
spread
both
backfield.
in that 5-man front.
Edwards with the ball. It's going to be hit and held this time by Phil Tillman. Down near the 10-yard line. That should bring up a third down and perhaps a yard or so.
Doesn't matter. They've got 2 downs here to get that 2 yards that they need. They need 2 yards for a first down.
Minute 37 and counting left in the half.
What they're doing nicely, too, is we've seen Don, I mean, you got to say, there's been very few penalties in this football game. I mean, these teams are not going off sides. They're snapping off the football.
14-6 as you see our
score. Look at your splits. Your splits are real wide to the right, so I'm expecting to come back to the left.
Third down and 1. To throw the ball, Glodek
wide open
into the end zone. Touchdown, Glasscock.
Been there.
Glodek to Glasscock. It is there's a flag down though, Frank. Let's hold it right there. Flag down right at the 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to back them up. That's not going to count.
Touchdown.
No, they're saying touchdown as they pick up the flag. No flag. It is a touchdown pass of about 8 yards from Billy Glodek to Mike Glasscock.
Now, you're in a position where you're going to go for 2 points. I don't know, Don. They're marching it back.
He signaled touchdown.
That's what
and now he's saying unsportsmanlike against C. Milton, and it is not a touchdown. Sorry, fans. Take off those 6 points.
It is a touchdown.
Thanks. It's a touchdown, and they're going to say they're going to mark this off after the touchdown was scored. So the extra point now, they'll be, thank you very much for that correction.
Our technical people are around us.
Yeah.
It's nice to have them.
Thanks, guys. You helped me out there.
I don't think anybody on NBC.
Yeah, we picked. What happened was the penalty, the unsportsmanlike, came after the touchdown, and so they're marking it off on the extra point. This makes it a lot tougher, though. They're down by 14-12 if they're going for the 2 points. Now, instead of having to go from 3 yards, they're going to have to go from the 15, 17-yard line.
Yeah.
So Glodek to Glasscock, an 8-yard touchdown pass with 1 minute and 8 seconds left here in the first half, and that'll narrow the score down to 14-12.
Well, I wouldn't want to be the player who got the unsportsmanlike conduct. Because if I was standing on that sideline, he'd be standing next to me and having some explaining to do.
Do you think that maybe
really
was
hurts.
a taunting or perhaps
I didn't see it. I
didn't
mean,
either.
It seemed like it came from the left side.
We're told here by our technical expert that they spiked the ball in the end zone.
Wow.
Isn't it nice to have technical experts? Thank you very much.
I guess it's our eyes, Don. You're wearing your glasses. I'm not.
I am, right. My glasses they're only good for about 20 yards, though. You're on 20 yards. So here's the big play now. 14-12 from the 17-yard line. In motion, Stewart. Glodak with the ball, being chased. He gets rid of it. It's going to be incomplete in the end zone, and the score will remain 14-12.
He made as much of that as you can possibly make. I mean, he got out of pressure, he was right in the sideline, and got the ball into the end zone. Nice arm, into the wind.
And we'll be marking down that penalty because that could have been the difference between getting the 2-point conversion and not getting the conversion.
No
and
doubt
so
about
Joppatowne stays ahead by 14-12. But
Well,
Frank, you've got to give C. Milton Wright credit. They took over on their own 20 after being demoralized by that big touchdown run by Joppatowne into the wind, and they were able to come right down the field in an 80-yard, 10-play drive capped by Glodak to Glasscock.
Yeah, you're right, Don. That drive was very important. And again, it's important going into the second half because I believe that the best defense C. Milton can have tonight is a good offense. If they can control that ball, they're going to be very successful the rest of this football game. But if they let Joppatowne have more possessions, Joppatowne's going to just put it to them.
Frank, a minute and 8, would you squib kick here and try to get the ball back?
No, I'd squib it so there's no return, but I wouldn't be squibbing it for any other purpose than not having a return.
Smith and Goffigan. Smith 27, Goffigan number 21. They'll be returning the ball. The kick by, well, Tolley's coming off the field now. Now he goes back on the field. A little bit of confusion. Getting some word from Coach Steve Harford on the sidelines. No, he's going to kick it off. It's that high floating kick taken by the short man. That's Luis Lima.
Nice tackle, number 11 for C. Milton.
The 11, of course, is Sean Greer.
And who else but Calabrese, number 1.
Minute 3 left, and now put your feet in the other set of shoes, and that is now you're Coach Greg Commandor. What do you do?
I'm going to air one out. I'm definitely throwing it down the field.
Well, you're going to start from your own 37-yard line.
This is a situation where you can run some razzle-dazzle, a double pass. There's a lot of things you can do. I'm not sure what their playbook is, but I'm definitely going for a score here up the field. Pump
looking
fake,
for Smith.
He's going deep.
Putting the ball up in the air.
Pass interference.
Oh, the Joppatowne bench really wants the pass interference on Glasscock.
Yep.
They're not going to get it. Greg Commandor is going all the way down to the 30-yard line to have a word with your guy, Mr. Bensley.
I would definitely say he's got a good argument there. He was beaten on that play. The ball was in the air, and he basically made contact with the receiver that prevented the receiver from getting the depth that he needed to catch the ball. That's how I saw it, Don.
Yeah, there definitely
got away
was
with
contact.
a bullet there.
Second down.
And the thing that's bad about that, and if they get a fumble here.
Smith picks it up.
Oh, look who's got
Tillman
the ball.
picks
And
it up.
another fumble.
Tillman should have just fallen on it, but I think Joppatowne is going to survive.
I don't know.
And a flag goes down. First fumble was by Jimmy Lutman. Tillman picked it up, tried to run with it, and fumbled the ball. And I think the flag is going to go against the Mariners, I believe, maybe unsportsmanlike.
Well, I'm going to tell you something.
41 seconds left.
First, I want to go back to that play with the pass interference potentially. If you're C. Milton Wright, I'm a coach on the defensive coach at C. Milton. I want to know how, with a minute left in a football game, you can get a receiver upfield behind our secondary.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's that wind. You know, the wind is the factor that you just don't think about. You've got the ball covered, and then the wind just takes the ball.
But the point is, you still shouldn't be able to get a receiver in an obvious passing situation past the defense. Get them back and make sure you get. It's just the secondary's rule is not to let anybody get deeper than you are on offense.
Well, now does this change things? Obviously, you're third down at a country mile.
Just squeeze the football now.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
30 seconds, 29, 27. Dallas Tally not happy at all.
You know who's taking timeouts now? See Milton, they smell an opportunity here.
And this is fourth down now. They'll have to punt the ball, will the Mariners. But
plenty of time, 6 seconds left. Now they have the ball.
Was that C. Milton's last time out? If so, I'm going to run the ball. I'm not going to punt it.
I think they have one more left on. I don't remember them taking. You get 3 timeouts, and
our technical crew up here says they've got 1 left.
Yeah, they should have 1 left. There's 26 seconds left. What I would do in this situation, now is where you got to make a commitment. Either let's go block this punt, and I would go for it. My style is we're going to block the punt right now. If they're going to return, let's get 2 or 3 guys back. Let's catch the ball and see if we can get some good field position. And let's just look for a field goal. We're not looking for a score touchdown-wise. We just like to get a field goal, get the 3 points, and go in up 1 point.
Of course, the wind is in your face, so it's going to have to be.
They have a good kicking game. If they can get a good return or a block, they got a shot at it.
14-12 the score. Joppatowne still up by 2 points. Of course, the key is that snap first. Matt Jones, 82, back to punt. The pressure is all on the long snapper.
It looks like they may be going after it. They've got 1 man back.
That's Bates, the long snapper.
Here they come.
Good snap.
Here they come.
He gets it off. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to hit at the 40. Glasscock is going to field it at the 30.
Nice block.
Good block. But the young man who was blocked, Jeff Bates, comes back and makes the tackle.
What an effort.
He was the snapper, and he came back, got blocked hard, got back up, and made the tackle on Glasscock with 13 seconds left, the ball on the 39-yard line.
We saw Jeff Bates twice tonight. He had a great defensive player and a wide play away from him that could have went for a lot of yardage, and then he got blocked and then got back up and made the tackle. Great job by Jeff Bates.
13 seconds left, Frank. Do you air it out?
No, not with the air. Not with the air, not with the wind in your face.
Brian Balser, the stronger of the 2 arms, is in the ball game.
Yeah. I would still be very cautious because, all it takes is an interception and points the other way.
2 wide receivers to the far side. Glasscock along with number 9, Jay Barnes. Nope, he takes the knee.
Yeah.
Steve Harvard does the conservative thing, and the
Smart
clock will run out. And the Mariners will go into the halftime locker room up by 14-12. That's the halftime, 14-12. The Mariners in a barn burner of a half. And Frank, the great news is we have 30 more minutes of this kind of action.
Yeah, it's been a great football game, and I'll tell you, Don, right now, either team has a shot at winning this football game. I mean, there's nobody clear-cut. Joppatowne looked very impressive the very first quarter in their first 2 drives, and they were two-dimensional. They had a passing game and a running game. Now, all of a sudden, C. Milton Wright has stiffened up defensively, and the important thing is, but again, which both teams have to concern themselves with, they're giving up big plays.
Right.
Typically, defensively, you don't mind seeing a team give, but then stop them on a 20 or 25-yard line. They're giving up big plays, and they're giving up big plays on the inside game.
Yeah, you talk about big plays. Every play, every touchdown play, 66-yard pass, Tolley to Spahn.
Right.
C. Milton comes back, a 60-yard run by Glasscock, and then Gaffigan on a 45-yard run, and then Glodek to Glasscock, the 8-yard run, which capped that big 80-yard drive. 14-12, the halftime score. We'll take a break. We'll have some halftime activities, and if I get lucky, we may have an interview between Macon Tucker and Tom Ackerman.
Oh, boy, I'm going to stay for that one. It's just been outstanding tonight. It's going to be interesting to see with C. Milton Wright who they choose to go with this second half at quarterback position.
Here's Dallas Talley. He'll be kicking off to Mike Glasscock. Last time he kicked it and then a flag goes down. It looks like offside. Glenn Bensley had his eyes peeled for somebody going offside, and that's what it is. That could be a big one because now they back about 5 yards, and perhaps the Mustangs will have a chance to return. Frank, in the second half, do you look for any change? You look for teams to try something different, or are they going to go with what brung them this far?
Well, offensively, there's no reason to change because both teams are moving the ball very well. And they're running their base offenses. We're not seeing a lot of razzle-dazzle. There's no reason to panic. Defensively, they need to do some talking. And, I wouldn't be surprised to see some adjustments. I would personally, I'd be jumping to some goal lines and really trying to offset the blocking because right now the misdirection, see Milton Wright's thrown at Joppatowne has got them on their heels, and Joppatowne, just power football, is pushing the defensive line of C. Milton around, although C. Milton Wright did get much stronger in that second quarter. Here we go.
High kickoff. That's Jay Barnes with the ball. Returning it. Gets by the first wave, but not the second wave, and down he goes.
It's a fumble.
And Joppatowne has the ball. It looks like, yes, number 14 for Joppatowne, and that's Brian Selby comes up with the fumble. Oh my, what a break here on the first play of the second half.
You can just see he did not have the football.
Mariners will take over on the 26-yard line of C. Milton Wright. This could be the break of the game if the Mustangs, I should say if the Mariners, with the win at their back, can capitalize.
Well, that's the type of stuff you just didn't want to have. I mean, you know, you just can't give the football up in that type of position when you're supposed to start the half off with the ball. Here we go, wide play.
That's D'Angelo Gaffigan, cuts inside, gets a block, still on his feet, and finally taken down on a tackle by number 62, Andrew Cost. Wow, just give that to Gaffigan. All D'Angelo Gaffigan that time.
Well, give, again, we've been talking about him all night, Phil Tillman, some great blocks. He's pumped up. They want to punch this one in and really take this momentum away.
Frank, that was an interesting pitch. It wasn't an underhand pitch. He actually threw the ball, did tally overhand backwards, and of course that would be a lateral had he fumbled it. Gaffigan again with the ball off the right side, following Tillman.
Well, what happened?
Good yardage on first down.
On that play, there was a technique point that I want to mention. C. Milton Wright boxed it up, and what I mean by boxed up is they came over the line of scrimmage and the contained man turned his shoulders towards the football, which gives a real easy blocking angle and really sets you up for failure. So C. Milton Wright's got to contain that ball, but they got to keep their shoulder pads parallel to the line of scrimmage so that they can maintain good leverage.
Sorry, Frank. Coach Greg Commandor looking on anxiously. Inside handoff to Bates, still on his feet, driving for the goal line. That'll bring up a third down. They can get a first down. Had to get down to the 3 for the first down. It's going to be close. Let's see. We're going to call in the change to see if they got the first down. 3-play drive started on the 26th after that fumbled kickoff.
And that really hurts field position too. But now we saw C. Milton Wright shut them down in that first quarter on that opening drive. If they can get away with that again here, that'll be a very important
here's the measurement. Let's
morale
see now.
Booster for them.
That's a first down. First down Mariners. They'll have first and goal.
Well, this is where it was last time, Don. Remember the first quarter?
Oh, yeah.
It was 10-yard, on a 10-yard line, 4 down.
This time, though, it's on the 3. First and goal at the 3-yard line. Just into the second half, if again you just tuned in, the Mustangs had the ball on the kickoff, but they fumbled it. Joppatowne took it over. They're leading by 2 at 14-12.
Nice play. Cannot tackle.
Still with the ball. Diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Joppatowne. Touchdown by Mr. Doug Green. First time that I think he's carried the ball all night. Shook one tackle and got into the end zone.
Well, you said it, Don. He shifted one tackle. They just cannot, and C. Milton Wright cannot tackle and bring these people down, and they need to do that on the initial hit.
You can hear the Mariner band strike up on the far side. We talked about the Mustangs marching band. The Mariners showing their enthusiasm now. 20-14, big 1-point conversion coming up. Into attempt is Gus DeBlasi. DeBlasi has 27 PATs on the year. He missed his only attempt tonight. Snap is good, kick is up, kick is good, and we have a 21-12 lead by Joppatowne.
That's a big extra point, because even with a score and a 2-point conversion, Don, that gives Joppatowne a 1-point lead.
Well, let's see if the Mustangs can come back. They did once before when Joppatowne took the momentum. This time it looked like they had the ball, Frank, as you said, looking forward to getting it to start the second half. They fumbled it away, and Joppatowne did what every good team should do. They pounded it right at them and got the touchdown in 4 plays.
Yep, there's no doubt about it. That turnover really set up a real opportunity for Joppatowne, and they capitalized on it. And, you know, you talk about that all the time in every sport. I mean, people have been watching the World Series going on, and the teams that win are teams that capitalize when the opportunities are there. And that's what C. Milton right now has got to be able to do. They've got to take this ball, drive it right back down the field, score, and again, try to get that momentum back. Because right now, Joppatowne just stepped up to the next level when it comes to momentum.
And it is a 2-touchdown game. They lead by 9 points to the Mariners, so the Mustangs have to score at least twice. Here's the kick by Talley off the side of his foot. It's going to stay in bounds and now finally go out of bounds. 2 flags go down. I'm never sure of this rule, so I'm not going to quote it.
We're going to find out because it happens all the time.
One of our technical experts here, tell us what happens now. Our technical experts are letting us down. My goodness, we're in trouble. Looks like they're going to put the ball down at the 35-yard line. Is that the point where it went out of bounds, Frank?
No, I think they tacked 10 yards on for going out of bounds. I'm going to talk to someone and find out.
The illegal procedure against the Mariners, and the ball's on the 35-yard line. We do know that. They'll put it in play 1st and 10.
That kickoff fumble really just hurts big time.
Mustangs, good field position at their own 35. 10-14 left in the 3rd. Lots of time. They give us to Edwards. Right up the middle.
Man.
Good yardage.
So that's what I was
Right
saying.
off
That
right tackle.
kickoff return fumble really just breaks your back because I think offensively, Milton Wright can get plenty of yardage here.
Boy, Edwards has done a nice job all night long. 5'9", 220-pound junior, averaging 4.7 yards per carry. Edwards, a junior, track star as well.
Yeah, you would have got a kick watching him in the Aberdeen game because he just carried people down the field. Very consistent, and he really sets up that misdirection.
There's the inside handoff. That's to Buellman. Buellman hit and held just about at midfield.
I tell you, still the best team in our county on running fakes is Falston High School. Coach Seske just does a great job. I mean, Milton's got a lot of misdirection, but I've never seen a team execute fakes as well as Falston. And over the years that Dave Seske's been the head coach there.
Alex Calambias with that tackle. Gain of 3 on 1st down. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. The ball right at midfield. In motion, Buellman. Give back to the back coming the other way is Brandon Stewart. He's going to be hit and held by a whole host of those white shirts. That'll bring up 3rd and long at the 49-yard line of Joppatowne. Brandon Stewart, 5'9", 190-pound junior. Boy, if you're Coach Steve Harward, you've got to be happy about having the 2 juniors come back. We were talking to some of the Mustang folks. They're telling me that the JV team is so good that finally Joppatowne yesterday scored some points against them. First time all year any JV team has scored a point against the Milton JV.
Milton, right. I've watched their JV team this year, and they are outstanding. They've got good size, well coached.
Back to throw. Balser, he's being rushed. Hit as he throws the ball. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Gaffigan at the 35-yard line and back to the 45-yard line. Boy, give all the credit to the pass rush on the part of Alex Calambias. He hit Balser just as he threw the ball. The ball came up short, and Gaffigan gets the interception.
One of the problems with that, Don, from my experiences is you throw the ball way down the field, okay, into the wind, and what you needed was 10 yards for 1st down. And I'll tell you, I'm just sold on the idea that when you're going to throw the football in this field position where they're at right now, just get the 1st down. You don't need to get 30 or 40 yards, you just need 10. So you run 12 yards and come back.
Power I formation, Gaffigan. He's going to pick up 4 or 5 on 1st down.
But that pass was set up for failure because there was a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and his only place to throw the ball was 40, 50 yards upfield, and he didn't have the time to be set to throw the ball. That was basically just throw it up, sort of Hail Mary, hope we come down with the football, and that's just not good football.
Boy, Frank, this is key for Milton. If the Mustangs, I should say if the Mariners go in and score, boy, you're down by then 3 scores, and it's going to be very difficult to come back.
Exactly. Yeah, they need a real big defensive stance here.
Big Jeff Bates in at fullback.
Here they come, nice pressure, tackle.
It's Gaffigan, across midfield down to the 49. He'll be about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
I don't know which it is, whether it's Joppatowne's runners are that strong or Milton Wright is tackling that poorly. And he didn't make the tackle that time, but they are not typically Milton Wright over the years, the type of team I've enjoyed watching because they tackle and they run through you and they stop you right at that point of contact. Whereas tonight we've just seen a lot of broken tackles for a lot of extra yards. And that yard or 2 extra changes situations and play calls.
3rd and 4. Talley still with the ball.
I don't know what he's going to do here.
Throws the ball short. One hops it to Span.
That was he rolled right, and both his receivers made breaks to the opposite side of the field. He would have to have one cannon to be able to throw that pass, but then they sort of redirected and got back. I don't know if it was a mistake on the receiver's part, but they actually broke away from where he rolled out to.
Well, good defensive stand by the Mustangs. We were saying they needed to step up, and they did.
Well, don't be surprised for a fake here.
Matt Jones to kick the ball away, number 82. Back deep, only the single safety is Mike Glasgow.
I wouldn't be afraid to fake right here.
Flag goes down. That snap was a little high.
It better not be offside C. Milton. It's going to be a first down.
You're absolutely right. They're just 4 yards. No, it's going to be illegal procedure. And that'll back the Mariners back by 5 more yards. Frank, thank you for bringing the water to me. That was very nice of you.
Not a problem. It's really good water. And that very expensive water, Don.
Oh.
So we'll settle up later on.
Oh, thanks for letting me know. But I'm gonna cap it back up right now. He gets it off the side of his foot, coming our way. Boy, the big pressure brought to bear there by number 11, Sean Greer. Jones trying to get it off quickly. That's going to be about your basic 3-yard punt.
How could you not enjoy high school football? I mean, they do everything they can to help the other team out.
In fact, that was a negative punt. He lost 2 yards on that punt, Frank. Boy, that's going to hurt your average.
Yeah.
I have to tell this quick story. I'm playing golf with my late lamented and great friend Terry Colaw. Terry was a great athlete, but not a great golfer. We're playing into a wind, and he popped the ball up. It ended up 30 yards behind him. A negative 30-yard drive. Well, here come the Mustangs now. Big chance for them to do something. Fumble, picked up by Balser, though, and makes something good out of it. Stays on his feet down to the 40-yard line.
Real nice play by Balser. I tell you, to pick up 4 or 5 yards on a broken play. He's a big boy, too, I'll tell you.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He's 6'4", 207.
Yeah. 207, 6'4". That's a lot of player to take down.
Excellent basketball player. Speaking of basketball, the practice starts on the 15th of November. We're just about, 13 days away?
Yeah, it's amazing. Wow. Just school year's just buzzing by.
In motion, Stewart.
Misdirection, nice
Edwards
play, nice
spins
spin.
at the point of tackle, gets the first down. Boy, you just have to really be impressed with Edwards. This guy keeps those feet moving. Nothing fancy.
He does. He runs hard. He stays low. He delivers a blow when he's getting tackled. And that misdirection really sets him up. Those linebackers got to scrape out on that first fake to the wing, and it just opens it up. If you can control the line, that's why these teams are playing a 5-man front with a nose guard. I'm not so sure I wouldn't go to a 4-man front against there. Now here they are in a 4-man.
They must have heard you, Frank. He gave on the inside handoff.
Nice tackle.
Combined,
78.
and that's Calumbias along with Tillman. Checking not Tillman 72, but it was 42. That's Tony Spriggs. Gain of only 1 on first down. This drive started on the 44-yard line of Joppatowne after the very short punt.
That play, Hertzman was now they're facing a 2nd down and 10, and they've been averaging like 5-6 yards, on their running game. But again, look for misdirection. One of the plays we haven't seen in a while is the counter. Here's a trap right here, and it's
double
there.
Handoff.
It's there. It's been there all night.
Gilman's going to pick up close to a first down. In fact, he does have the first down.
Well, just what we talked about, Don, what they haven't shown is that little trap inside, and they do a real nice job, and they've been trapping 78, which is the big man, Phil Tillman.
78 Calabrias.
Oh, I'm sorry, Calabrias.
It's going to be very close. It looked like from my crooked eyes that it was a first down, but we'll let the officials pull the chains out and see. Alex Calabias, 6'3", 235 pounder.
Yeah, they've been trapping to that. They've been trapping that defensive right side of Joppatowne's.
Harford Cable Network expert camera people picking up that first down measurement for you.
And again, they take away that kickoff fumble, and see Milton Wright really doing a nice job. And if they can sustain this, get this touchdown, we're back into a football game, Donnie.
Edwards. In motion, Stewart. Edwards with the ball, cuts it back inside. He wears number 41, and I'm going to pull a name out of a long distant past by the name of Tom Matty.
Yep.
And he runs very similarly to Matty, sort of in that little crouch, under control, keeping the feet under him.
I don't know if the folks will pick it up on TV here, but what's really neat to see, too, is Brian Balser. Watch how low he gets down. He's 6'4". Yeah. When he gets set underneath that quarterback, just watch how low he gets it. See him down there?
Looks like a catcher almost.
Yeah.
And Joppatowne's pointing at the right tackle.
Well, that's been a good man for them, 79.
79 is Zenderman.
Yeah, Zimmerman made the big trap block early on we talked about. And he's their, seems like their best trapping lineman.
They say about offensive linemen, the only time you get your name called out is when you jump offside.
Well, we remember him for some big plays tonight, too.
That's a big
so
penalty,
he's allowed
though.
to have that one.
Instead of being 2nd and short, it's now 2nd and 11. Aaron Tolley, number 6, far to the far side. That's Stewart with the ball, cuts it inside.
Big yards again.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It'll be short of a first down, about maybe 3 yards short.
Oh, they're going to go. They've got 2 more downs here. Well, now.
3rd down, about 3 left.
They've got 2 downs to get that. And the way they're picking up yardage, they should be able to get this first down.
3:34 left in and counting now. 3:29 left in the third period.
Let's look again and see if they load up. No safety. Or they're going to play it honest. No, they're playing honest right now. Man-to-man coverage.
Stewart in motion. He has the ball. Blockers in front. Has the first down and more. Driving for that goal line.
Oh.
Let's see now. Flag down?
Yeah, could be. It could be a late hit.
Well, they say
I don't see a flag, Don.
They say it's a first down. Lots of whistles blowing, but no flag. Bates made the saving tackle, but not before. Stewart got all the way down to the, just about the shadow of the goal line, maybe the half-yard line.
Joppatowne's got to be real concerned because they're just giving up a lot of offensive yardage here to see Milton Wright.
First and goal, the ball at the half-yard line.
A little bit different formation now. Quarterback sneak.
No problem, right into the goal line and the touchdown. Brian Balser from 1 yard out, capping an 8-yard, 44-yard drive.
And what you don't want to do, and they didn't do it, I don't believe, you don't want an unsportsmanlike conduct again. Officials are going over to the band.
The 1 yard touchdown run by Brian Balser that capped a 44-yard drive after that short punt by the Joppatowne Mariners. And we have a ball game again. Now it's 21-18.
That's the first time I've ever seen that. They almost threw a flag on the Joppatowne band.
Wow.
I guess they're playing.
Would they throw the tuba player out? Is that what they do? Tuba player, you're gone. Get out of here. Here's this strange formation that the Mustangs always use.
They can go for 2 points right from that.
Going for the 1 point, at least apparently, Aaron Tolley. Ball down, kick
nice
up.
Kick.
Kick is good. Does he actually kick with a toe? It looks like he has the old toe
on.
kick. 21-19 now. Mustangs back within 2 points. 2:44 left in the third period. Frank, we got 17 minutes of football left.
Well, it's been nip and tug, and anything's going to happen. But
or actually, 14 minutes of football. They're 12-minute periods, aren't they?
Yeah, but Don, I'll tell you what you don't want right now, and that is another major mistake like C. Milton Wright had on the opening kickoff.
But boy, again, if you're Coach Steve Harford, you just have to be so hardened with your team after getting down on that fumble and allowing Joppatowne to go in and score. You're down by 2 scores. You take advantage of that short punt and you just punch it in from 44 yards out. The heart of a champion, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other hand, if you're Greg Commandor, now you got to say, hey, we're back in this ball game again. We had a chance to put them away, but we couldn't do it.
Yep. Well, you take away that score. If that was the way C. Milton Wright would have drove the ball on that opening kickoff if they hadn't fumbled, Joppatowne's right back to that position we talked about where can we beat C. Milton Wright? Are we ever going to be able to beat C. Milton Wright? That question mark comes back up in your mind.
Not time for a squibber here. No, he hits it sort of low and
it's a knuckleball.
Takes a bounce to Gaffigan. He gets it at the 15. Up the middle, looking for a hole. Good return up to about the 36-yard line. Taken off his feet by number 25, Derek Hamill. Mariners will put the ball in play at their own 37-yard line. "63 yards away from pay dirt. Boy, Dallas Talley has been held in check tonight by the Mustangs.
You're right, Don. He has offensively thrown the ball and running-wise.
Give to Gaffigan. Cuts it back inside.
Nice tackle.
Calabrese with the tackle, but not until Gaffigan gets about 7 or 8 or maybe even 9 yards on first down.
And I think Calabrese is coming from the backside, so the onside linebacker is really either over-scraping past the point of attack, because right now they've got to close that down to that offensive right of Joppatowne. They're getting way too much yardage on that.
George
Again,
Smith,
they're in that power eye backfield. They've been running towards the power eye back.
Gaffigan, right up the
middle.
middle.
Quick.
Goes behind Bates and Tillman, gets the first down across midfield into Mustang territory. 2:04 and counting left here in the third period.
You just got to be just pulling your hair out if you're a defense coordinator. This is too much yardage, too much yardage on every play. Calling sweep here, looking for sweep. Power eye right again. They've stayed at the power eye right. Coming hard that time.
Gaffigan blitzing a lineman, knocked off the play. That blitzer was Andrew Hugo. Got into the backfield, but unfortunately for him, Gaffigan hit the other hole.
And unfortunately, when you're penetrating that much, as we've said in many of our telecasts, you give up a big play, because once they get past that initial line, there's nobody left but the defensive backs.
Second down, 6 yards to go. The ball resting at the 45-yard line.
Watch pass right now.
No, give instead to Green. Green, who got the touchdown a few moments ago, picks up 3 or 4. He'll come up short of the first down by about 3 yards. It's a long three.
Right here. We keep saying that every play is a big play.
Oh, it is.
But this is a third down and short. See Milton Wright can hold here and get that ball back. They got a chance at really taking momentum over here.
Frank, we're right back to where we were at halftime. Joppatowne leading by 2 at half, and now they're leading by 2, and the third period is almost done. Penetration coming. That's Talley.
Nice play.
Boy, Frank, you called it before. You penetrate, and Talley burns you.
Yep. Oh, it was a nice play. They had all 3 backs go away, and Talley just kept the ball and just found a seam and went with it.
That left side of the defensive line by C. Milton, they all blitzed, and Talley just went right by them to the right.
Right. Well, they're definitely now getting a little. What you see is they're getting muscled out. I mean, the size of Joppatowne's really taken over.
Power eye backfield. Talley, the quarterback. Give to the inside man. That's Bates.
There's like a rummage there. Nice defense by C. Milton. They got to get off these blocks. Problem is, you got this big guy, 260 or 300 pounds, leaning on you. You got to get him off, and then find the football, and then make the tackle. And that's
That's
where
the
the
end of that
size
quarter.
helped out.
That's the end of the third quarter, and we have 12 minutes left in this game, Frank. A 2-point lead for Joppatowne, and Joppatowne is driving. A quick quarter, touchdowns there by Joppatowne. Doug Green on a 4-yard run. De Blasi adding the extra point, made it 21-12. But then Balser came back, capping a short 44-yard drive. 2:44 left in the third, a 1-yard plunge. Talley adding the point, 21-19.
Yep.
Big play of the ball game right now, other than that fumble where Joppatowne recovered, was the short punt caused by Joppatowne, or I should say by the Mustangs. Almost had that punt blocked, and it forced Matt Jones to punt it quickly. It hit the side of his foot, and in a very short. That was with the wind. Had he been able to punt the ball, Frank, he could have had it all the way down to the goal line.
Right. Well, there's so many big plays in a high school football game go through your mind. That's the problem when you're on the losing side of it and you're a coach. You lay there in bed at night and they just come back at you like flashcards. And, you just a lot to be said about execution. That's what this is all about. These kids come out here, they work all week long, and it's to eliminate the mistakes. It's to face some adversity. And both teams have responded very well to adversity tonight.
First down and 10, or I should say second down and 8 yards to go. They give us to Gaffigan. He's hit hard, but bowls over and gets a couple of more yards. The tackle made by Nick Malidi, number 5.
Well, we faced the same situation. We got about a 3rd and 4 or 5. This is the one where Talley kept the ball last time, picked up the first down. Now, again, you Joppatowne, you probably are thinking no field goal, no punt, so you really got 2 downs to get this. If you see Milton Wright, you like to get upfield, get a little penetration maybe, and get somebody in the backfield. If they could get a 2 or 3 yard loss, it would really help them out. And they are coming. See them? There it is, right there.
Oh, good play. That's Greer, number 11. He shot the gap. This time, he got Talley for a loss of about 5 or 6. Almost a face mask, but he knocks him down in the backfield. This time, Greer guessed right.
Yeah, well, that's what you wanted. We said it right before the snap. You want to try to get a 2 or 3 yard loss. What they ended up getting is a 3 or 4 yard loss, and now it's 4th down and 10.
At the 30 now, do you punt the ball from here?
I'm punting now. This is a little bit different situation than where they were.
Looks like they're not going to do it. 4th down and a short 10, just
well,
inside
I'm telling
the 10.
you, the way C. Milton Wright's moved the ball offensively, I don't agree with this. I would punt the football.
Big call. Let's see if it works out.
Option.
Talley.
Nice play.
Talley cuts it inside, still on his feet, and finally taken
I'll
down.
tell you,
That's
give
tackle.
something to number 25.
Yeah, that's Derek Hamill. Hamill just wouldn't be denied.
Derek took on blocks, got him off his body, made a great tackle. I don't agree with that call for Japat Town, and we'll see if C. Milton Wright can take advantage of it.
Well, big plays by Greer and Hamill. Greer shooting the gap and knocking Talley down, and then Hamill catching him from behind and denying the first down. The Mustangs will take over the ball at their own 27-yard line.
This is big. C. Milton Wright's capable of moving this football down the field and scoring. Joppatowne's going to have a major question mark in their mind. Can we beat C. Milton this year?
Edwards.
Nice play.
Taken away. The ball taken away, and Joppatowne will score. That's Alex Clark. Alex Clark took the ball out of the hands of Edwards and goes in for the touchdown. Alex Clark. Wow. 5'11", 205-pound senior. And just when we said the worm had turned the Mustang way, here come the Mariners. Frank, that's a case of being in the weight room. He just pulled that ball right out of Edwards' hands and went all the way.
Well, the other thing, too, that strikes me is that's the first time C. Milton Wright didn't run any misdirection. That was basically almost like a power offensive play off tackle and played right into the hands of the strength of Joppatowne. They've been very successful tonight, C. Milton Wright running misdirection, but tonight, in that particular play, they went power football, and C. Milton Wright isn't strong enough to handle Joppatowne that way.
Gus DeBlasi.
Oh, unbelievable.
Up and good. Makes it 28-19, and we're back to a 2-score game for the Mustangs. Wow, what a turn of momentum and a turn of just everything, Frank. The Mustangs had everything going the way they wanted it. They had stopped the Mariners. They were starting a drive. They were going to use up the clock, go in and perhaps score and take the lead, but instead give Alex Clark all the credit. He first stood up Edwards and then took the ball right out of his hands and ran untouched. I guess that was about, what, 20, maybe 28 yards for the touchdown.
That comes down. That's just great athleticism, the way he was able to not only make the tackle, but have the savvy to rip the ball out of his hands and take it down the field. We got a picture here, Coach Riley on the sideline trying to get some enthusiasm going. They still believe they can win this football game.
Well, they've got 10 minutes and 28 seconds
I think we're going to see a change, Don. I think we might see a change at quarterback for C. Milton. Saw Glodek on the sideline throwing the ball. But
Talley
again,
will kick it off.
If you're C. Milton, what you really like to see is a run back here. And it's a great opportunity to do it straight down the field.
That's Jay Barnes.
Throw blocks.
Barnes, boy, is hit by Gaffigan.
Yep.
D'Angelo Gaffigan plays defense, offense, and special teams. Well, the Mustangs will take over again at their own 35-yard line. Down now by 9 points.
Let's see if they get back C. Milton right into that motion and running some misdirection, because again, that's where Edwards was getting big yardage, and they're getting big yardage off tackle. And we do have a change of quarterback. We got Glodek in.
Billy Glodek, who's the senior quarterback, along with Brian Balser. They've alternated all year long.
Motion.
This is Buellman with the ball. Avoids one tackle, but Green has him, and down he goes. A gain of, in fact, a loss of about a half yard.
Well, another comment, too, tonight. Everybody always talks about that extra man that teams have. We've got a real enthusiastic Joppatowne crowd here tonight, and I've been noticing it the whole football game. Very rarely have I ever been to a C. Milton Wright football game without noticing the away team's side. And they are really into this football game. They're really enthusiastic about their program, and that's what football brings to your school.
Cutting it inside, that's Stewart. He's going to be short of the 40-yard line. It'll bring up a third and about 7 or 8 to go for the first. Frank, you said it, big plays, but no bigger play than Alex Clark taking the ball out of the hands of Mr. David Edwards and running for the touchdown. 28-19.
And that clock really plays against C. Milton. That gives you that sense of urgency right now. C. Milton just staying with their game plan.
Glodek still has the ball.
There he is.
Looking deep, buying some time.
He's got great
gonna
wheels.
Keep it. Cutting it back. Tillman, though. Tillman won't be denied. Phil Tillman, 303 pounds. He just battled through. And Billy Glodek, wow, I'm glad he got up.
Well, I want to tell you what.
Whoa.
It would have taken him maybe about a half hour to get around number 72. But more importantly, if he would have beaten 72, he would have been gone. 72 played that, and he was the last line of defense to that left side. The pursuit was all over to this side of the field, so very big play by him.
That'll bring up a fourth down, a punting situation. Coming to the field late is Aaron Tolley to punt the ball away. Joppatowne bench saying, watch the fake. Gaffigan, take it at the 22. Avoids one tackle, goes down at the 25. Check it at the 30-yard line, and that's where the Mariners will put the ball in play. 1st and 10, leading 28-19, 8:44 left in this game.
All you got to do if you're Joppatowne is just play smart, no turnover, and let that clock be in your favor. They get 2 or 3 first downs, and mathematically they're going to almost eliminate any chance that C. Milton Wright come back and beat them.
Of course, we go back and remember that penalty after the touchdown against the Mustangs where they couldn't pick up the 2-point conversion. That's the difference between a 1-touchdown game and a 2-touchdown game that we have right now.
Right. Plus, again, it's, you know, we always talk about the momentum. You can just see the snap and C. Milton right now is not quite there. You're down only by 1 point, and you're able to offensively move the football the majority of the game. You're enthusiastic. You believe you still can win this football game. Right now, between the clock and Joppatowne in this power I formation, and they've been hitting that point of attack. I mean, they're just going to the power I side with extra blockers. It's 2 guys at the point of attack blocking.
Gaffigan picks up 3 or 4. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
You're giving that back to that tailback to football, and you got linemen plus you got big linemen plus you got 2 backs hitting that hole. It's tough on any linebacker and defensive lineman to stop it.
Big play right here, 3rd down and a long 3. First down here. Now to keep the clock running at 7:45 and counting right now. Frank, if you're Greg Commandor, what do you call here? 3rd and 4.
Well, I'll tell you truthfully, I see the scissor or some type of trap or counter being very good because they're really going.
Timeout now. Joppatowne didn't have what they wanted on the field, and they really knew how important it was to pick up the first down. Guess that's Billy Weibel going out now to talk to his team. Billy Weibel, the offensive coordinator.
I think you got to give some real credit to C. Milton Wright, defensive line. I mean, pound for pound, they're really outmanned size-wise, and they're playing really tough. I mean, these kids have been hanging in here the whole game and show no fatigue. I think they deserve a pat on the back for that effort. Now, getting back to the play, I think anything counter or coming back to the other side is going to probably have a better chance of going, because right now they've been running predominantly to the power I backside. And I think if you do that 8, 9, 10 times, you just sort of stereotype a team thinking that's where the ball's going. So we'll see if they set up power I right and come back to this side. Another thing, too, I wouldn't be really sure it wouldn't be a good play, some type of play action and just hitting a tight end on a drag, because, again, they're sucking up into the running game right now, and you need 3 or 4 yards.
Lutman, he's not going to make it. That's Greer again. Greer has played a wonderful ball game.
It's tough to get the timing on blocking on a wide play like that. You've got your 2 lead backs coming, but to know the assignments and know who they're specifically have to take is difficult. I'm not really so sure that's a great call, but
now
again,
Frank, you're going to punt into the wind. And we remember what happened last time when Matt Jones punted the ball only about, well, in fact, he lost 2 yards on the punt. Are you going to come and try to block it again?
Well, definitely. I mean, you got to get pressure on him, try to get field position. And again, you're down to 6 minutes in the football game.
Watch for the snap. It's a good one. He gets it off. This time it's an end-over-end kick, and again coming out of bounds. Another very short punt by Jones. It's going to be right about midfield and probably short of midfield.
The coaching staff's not real happy. They got to work on that punting game a little bit.
I think Matt Jones is just rushing the ball. He's afraid of that rush.
Yeah.
And instead of taking his time, he just hit it this time off the inside of his foot. Last time it was off the outside of his foot.
Coach Commodore made a very big point. They do have the win, and this is a time when you need to throw the ball. I'm just not so sure who their better throwing quarterback is, whether it's Glodick or whether it's Balser, but they're going to go with Glodick right now.
With the ball, Edwards, still on his feet, and finally George Smith rides him out of bounds.
That might be. I thought that might have carried out beyond the sideline, but again.
At least he didn't drive him into the ground.
Yeah.
He just sort of ran him out of bounds. It's going to be a first down, though. Boy, Edwards, you just have to be impressed with this
junior. They need a quick score right now with 6:40 left. They need something within this minute if they want to get back into this football game. It cannot be a long, slow drive.
Ball at the 37-yard line of Joppatowne, 1st and 10.
Got man-to-man coverage out to the right side. Lot of
what
penetration.
a play. That has to be Tillman, of course. Who else? He took down Edwards and Glodick. He said, I'll tackle them both and figure out who has the ball. Loss on the play of about 7 or 8 yards. You know, that's what you look. You look for your star to come through when you need it, and Tillman does it all year long.
Well, I've always said great players can make a coach look real good, and right there's an example of a guy came through and makes a play, not makes a play on one player, but makes it on two. So now you've got a 2nd down and long. You've got to obviously throw situation.
Back to throw, Glodick, being rushed, gets it off, incomplete, off the hands of Edwards. Green has a word to say to Edwards, and wisely Spriggs pulls his teammate away. Incomplete, and that'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 12.
I mean, the play action's fine, but really that's an obvious passing situation. So the question is, I think it would be better off just going a shotgun in that particular situation, just throw the ball up the field.
Frank, it's 3rd down. Is this 4-down territory? Do you have to go if you don't get it on 3rd?
I think, no doubt about it. You're down by this many points. You got to go take both downs, try to get this 1st down. But again, I would get into an obvious passing situation. Let's get it, and let's run the routes a little bit shorter. Everything they throw typically seems to be way up the field. And at that time, they did have a short man they were looking for.
Glasscock.
But here we go again. It's all the way up the field.
Looking for Glasscock. Now it's going to be overthrown.
Everything is 40, 30, 40 yards up the field. You need 10 yards, get 6 or 7 yards on a passing situation, and then you got an option of either run or another pass.
Jay Barnes was the intended receiver.
They're definitely in a position where they've got to go upfield with the ball.
Frank, I think that win, and we talked about the win being in their favor, but it seems like every pass that's been thrown with the wind at their back has been overthrown.
Yeah, but I don't attribute that to the win. The win isn't quite as bad down below, and I just think, again, it's one of those things where the routes are difficult routes. You're fighting the sideline, the extra man that you have to worry about defensively.
Frank, here's the game right here. 4th down, 12 yards to go. The ball resting at the 40-yard line. They've got to get down inside the 30 to about the 26.
You got a spread offense.
Glodick without a fake. Being rushed, gets away. He's going to run the ball now, and off his feet he goes on a nice shore tackle.
Number 42.
Made by Tony Spriggs. Let's see the flag. Let's see what it's all about. This could be a key flag in the game, obviously. It's short of the 1st down by about 5 or 6 or maybe 7 yards.
Looks like a signal holding against C. Milton Wright.
Yeah, they'll certainly decline that and take the ball, will the Mariners. Holding against the Mustangs, declined. It's Joppatowne ball. For all intents and purposes, now I know this, I'm premature in saying it, but that should be the ball game at 5:41, down by 2 scores. All that Joppatowne has to do, easy for me to say, 50 yards away from the field, is just hang on the ball, run the clock down, and even give the ball up deep in C. Milton territory. Let them score 1 touchdown, not 2.
All right, well, the time right now with 5:41 left, and you don't have the ball, you didn't get the score within that period of time we talked about, it's really going to be a tough battle for C. Milton. And what they are going to start doing, you can say now, is they haven't been tackling well all night. And if they start tackling the football, they're going to give up some bigger yards.
Gaffigan with the straight arm, but Buellman's not going to let that happen. Joppatowne wants a spearing call. They looked at number 25, Derek Hamill, who came in a little bit late, and they're saying that was a spear, but the official said no.
Gavigan has had a great game, and he's just been a tough man for them to bring down. Like I said, for them to have any chance now, they've got to tackle the football. They've got to get the football back in their possession. When you do that, typically you give away a big play because you're not tackling the right way. But more importantly, they haven't tackled well tonight. Joppatowne's really been able to pick up a lot of extra yardages on broken tackles.
Second down, a short 4, inside 5 minutes
Quarterback
left in the
sneak.
game. Talley stays erect, gets across the 40. He'll come up about a yard short of the first down. Third down and 1.
4:47
continues
left.
to run. Frankly, they get a first down here, and then they can run another 2 minutes off the clock.
Right. Well, it would take a major minor miracle, I think, at this point. We've seen it happen before. Teams have lost football games they should have won, but right now, in that power I formation and just running the football and the way they're picking up their toe-to-toe on the line, they're not going to give up much.
Talley, he's got the first down and more. Jukes it outside. He could go. He's got one man to beat. That's Glasscock. Cuts it back inside and double teamed and finally taken off his feet by Jay Barnes. What
Nice
a
little
play
cutback
by Mr. Talley. Remember we said that Talley had been very quiet.
Yeah.
He hadn't shown himself. Now we see that's the Dallas Talley that we came to expect.
Well, Mike Glasscock made a great play. He took a great angle, cut him off the path, and then what was neat is Talley knew the angle that Glasscock was at. He could make a cut inside and pick up another 4, 5, 6 yards. So, again, that's just athletic ability, and some kids have that and some don't.
4-minute warning here. 4 minutes left in this game. Mariners leading by 28-19, and Frank, you said it, unless there's a minor miracle for the Mustangs, we're going to look at Joppatowne winning a county title, provided, of course, they can get by next week, and they have Haverty Grace next week.
And they've earned it. I mean, they've gotten past everybody who's tough in the county. Falston's a good football team, and that was a big we for them that night. Milton Wright is a good football team, so you got to give them credit. And the biggest thing right now is we got a flag. It's been a little bit of stuff going on down in the field, so I'm glad the officials are going to maintain control of this football game. But getting back to my point, was your Joppatowne now what you're building towards is what you need to do to win the regional and state championship games. And there's some areas that they're going to need to work on as a coaching staff.
The official, Larry Yoakum, sending one of the Joppatowne players off the field. We won't call his name. He's embarrassed enough, I'm sure, to see himself on TV. It's going to be a big 15-yard penalty against Joppatowne, and just when it looked like the Mariners had it pretty much sewed up, they make a mistake and back themselves up to the 30-yard line, where it'll be second down and about 25 yards. In fact, exactly 25 yards to go.
Well, what I'm sure Coach is talking to him about is the idea that down the road we're going to be in a tight football game, and if you do this, it would cost us.
Gaffigan cuts it inside, taken off his feet. Good tackle by Hamill, Derek Hamill.
Getting down a situation, we got a third down and 7 yards.
No, third down and 17.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right, Don. I forgot about the penalty.
Yeah, maybe actually 18 or 19, really.
Yeah.
But what matters is the clock still runs at 2 minutes and 50 seconds and counting.
Oh, what's smart is you don't put the ball in the air here. There's no reason to get cute. All you want to do is just keep running the clock off.
2 more downs.
Make sure you don't give up an easy, quick score.
28-19 our score. Talley, though, looks to throw. Ducks under the attempted tackle, and now he's got some room, and now he throws incomplete. Dallas Talley can't believe what he did. He had plenty of room and decided to tuck it in and throw the ball.
Well, unbelievable part is they're even throwing the football.
Yep.
I mean, again, you know, that's picked off and it's run all the way back down. You got 2 minutes left in the football game.
But Dallas Talley
I'll tell you
showed
this. Well, another impressive part about Joppatowne, really impressive, is the way that they pick up blitzes. Now, in that last play, Milton had a man coming full steam, and they did a great job of just shutting that down. Most teams, that guy gets through and makes a big play.
But not only that, but Talley showed his great athletic ability. He was tackled. He went under the tackler, and I thought for sure he was going to go down, but stayed up long enough to throw the ball. Fourth down, 18 yards to go. Talley to throw again. Now he's going to run. Fakes, Still on his feet, cuts it back inside and goes down.
He doesn't give you a lot to aim at.
Using that clock, he stays in bounds. It will go over to the Mustangs, but the clock continues to run and now stops as they change sides. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in this game.
Well, the Mustangs had the wind at their back. And at this point, I mean, the bottom line is I would just go right into shotgun and just start pounding the ball up the field.
Dallas Talley on the sidelines, accepting the congratulations of his teammates and his coaching staff in this apparent victory. We say apparent because we've seen a lot of stranger things happen in football. In motion is Buellman. Inside handoff goes to Stewart. I don't understand that call, Frank.
Well, right now, you know, it's one of those things where I guess C. Milton's hoping that they're looking for pass so hot and heavy that they can break something big up the field.
2 minutes and now inside 2 minutes left in the game.
But you got 1:58 left in the game, and you know, I guess the only thing you might want to do at this point is just stay with a game plan. Again, we've got to change the quarterbacks.
Balser's back in.
Balser's back in.
Frank, I just don't understand. The clock is continuing to run, and now finally a timeout is called. The official calls the timeout. Clock runs all the way down to 1:44. They're going to send Stewart off the field. He came up with a bum ankle.
Yeah.
Well, 1 minute and 44 seconds away from the first victory for Joppatowne over C. Milton Wright since 1984, and one step away from an undefeated season. Minute 34, now the clock is back running again. Minute 29, 28, and 27. And finally, with 1:20, they snap the ball. Balser throws the ball. It's going to be caught on a beautiful reception. It looks like Barnes, Jay Barnes, number 9. Oh, that was a great pass and a great reception.
I'll tell you what, Don, great catch. And again, getting back to the third quarter and part of the fourth quarter, they had Brian out of the football game. He's got a great arm. Boy, he threw that thing on a rope and right into the receiver's hand.
But only a minute and 8, and the clock running again. Balser throws it. It's going to be almost intercepted, overthrown. Clock stops with 59 seconds unofficially showing on the scoreboard clock. Well, Frank, if this is the final that Joppatowne will win, of course, this will be the last football game that we'll be doing this year. Want to again thank you for your wonderful, wonderful expertise. You tell me things about the game that, hey, I don't know if it's right or wrong.
It isn't.
But I trust you
not right,
because you're the man.
Well,
so it's been a great play. It's been just another great season. Joppatowne, of course, at the beginning of the year was chosen by the Aegis newspaper to be the county champion. And I'm sure that Randy McRoberts is taking bows right now.
Yeah, he knew what he was talking about. And they got great size, they got speed, they got skill positions. They're a good football team, and they can do stuff like that.
Big tackle by Alex Clark, and a flag goes down. Remember, Alex Clark was the young man who took the ball away from Edwards and went in for the touchdown that iced this game. Looks like the flag goes down, maybe taunting or...
Well, I tell you, it's going to be an interesting call here because there's a little bit of everything on that play.
Personal foul against the Mustangs. Boy, give all the credit to Coach Greg Commandor and his wonderful staff. The new principal, Macon Tucker. And, of course, Macon Tucker says, hey, I came to Joppatowne and we won.
Right.
Macon very humble.
Hey, Macon is a great coach. I remember Macon at Aberdeen High School. A great guy to work with. Kids love him. And, again, it's nice to see a little bit of change in the format in Harford County. It's been a long time since a team from Joppatowne's won a county championship. So,
well, they never have won a county championship.
That's the point.
Back in the 70s, when they didn't play a full county schedule, they had an undefeated season when they went to the state title. But at that time, they were a class, whatever it was then, C. Finally, timeout called with 25 seconds left.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's sweet. What winning brings to a school and a community. They've been here in force all night. They're behind their team. And again, the thing they have to look out for right now is preparing for down the road and they get into this playoff situation.
Well, don't forget Haverty Grace. I mean, they have a quarterback by the name of West, and we saw him against Harford Tech.
Great.
That young man, a sophomore, has the potential to beat anybody on a given night.
That's right. They cannot let down, but I just don't think the problem will be for Haverty Grace. I don't think they'll be able to match up front. If Milton Wright couldn't match up front to Japat Town, it's going to be very difficult for what Haverty Grace has to match up to them up front. So I see Japat Town, and I don't know where that game's at. If
it's at Japat Town.
Well, if it's at Japat Town, it's going to be a really tough night for Haverty Grace to pull off that upset. But we said it, they are capable.
And of course, it'll be a chance for the Mariner home fans. We see them in force here tonight, came out to see Milton Wright. That place is going to be packed next week to show the Japat Town team exactly how much they appreciate them. 16 seconds left in this game, 28-19 the score. The Mariners, unless something that I've never seen happen before, are going to win this ball game. Balser back to throw, could be the last play of the game. Gets it off, it's going to be almost intercepted. D'Angelo Gaffigan had nothing but green in front of him, and he would have liked nothing more than to go in for that touchdown.
It's funny how you watch kids play when they're loose and they got a lead. Now, he played that the way a defensive back should. He sat back. When that ball was thrown, he broke on that football. It was his ball just as much as the receivers. And you don't see a lot of that in high school football. Most of them are playing so defensive oriented. They sit back and let people go up vertically and catch the ball in front of them. So that was a nice play by him in a way it should be played.
9 seconds left in the game, and again, this should be the last play of the ball game, unless there's a penalty or something else.
It doesn't matter. This game is over at this point. Just want to keep everybody under control.
Little short pass, dump off to Edwards. Edwards hit and taken off his feet, and that should be the last play of the game. Clock showing nothing left. The officials haven't made a mark, and now they do. The game is over. The Joppatowne Mariners winning by 28-19 to go to 9-0 on the season. See Milton Wright dropping to 4-5, and now it's Joppatowne. If they can beat Haverty Grace next week, they go to 10-0, go into the playoffs as the top-seeded team in their region.
Well, you got to enjoy it if you're the coach and staff at Joppatowne. They've been on the other side of this fence many, many, many times, and that is the one night that they can feel what it's like, walk off a field and know that they played their best football game, and they came out of here with a lot on the table. I mean, tonight they lose this football game, and they're not definitely county champions. Now they are.
Right. Yeah, they lose tonight, and perhaps next week against Haverty Grace they could be down and be out of the thing entirely. But that's all an eventuality. That's not going to happen because the Mariners have won this football game. They have clinched, at the very, very worst, a tie with Falston were they to lose next week and Falston win. They would each have one loss. But again, they'll be the odds-on favorite to defeat Haverty Grace next week and to go undefeated. Greg Commandor, very, very happy, sending his players off to one side of the field, going to shake the hands of Steve Harward and saying, wonderful game, Steve. Greg has to be very happy because last year, of course, remember, they had a chance to win and lost 19-7 to this Mustang team in this very same week last year.
Well, this is, again, one of those things where, you know, to the victor go to spoils, and they definitely have the bands coming out here. This is like a major event for them, and their program is deserving. I mean, the kids have worked hard, and like I say, they've done it on their own. They haven't had any breaks along the way. So congratulations to the Joppatowne staff and the team.
You know, we talked to Greg Commandor before the game, and he said, you know, when we beat John Carroll, he said, okay, that's one test. And then we beat Falston, and they said, okay, that's another test. We beat Aberdeen, and they said, okay, well, that's another test. He said, finally, if we beat C. Milton Wright, maybe they will say that we are a team that deserves to be the county champion.
Right. And you know, the nice part here, and very rarely do you see this, and this is what makes you coach, and this is what makes you play football, see the community of people who have supported their program and believe in their program all together on this special night.
Coach, look at the respect they have for Greg Commandor as everyone quiets down. They're listening to what Greg has to say, and now they're celebrating.
Yeah.
There's Greg Commandor, one of the really good guys, and a social studies teacher too, I might add.
Yeah, okay.
Don't hold that against
them.
Right. So congratulations to Greg Commandor and the Joppatowne Mariners, and also congratulations to the Mustangs. Played a whale of a game against a team that outsized them and of course had to be the favorite team, but finally succumbed by the final score of 28-19 here at C. Milton Wright. We're going to take a little break and we're going to come back with some post-game activities in just a moment.
Hi, girls. You know how we tend to live longer than the guys? Well, then.
Surrounded by some happy young people. These are the Joppatowne Mariners, 9-0, undefeated. They could be the county champions. They're at least going to tie for the county title. And of course, Dallas Tally, you're going to take care of business next week.
Yes, sir. Big game. You know, Havre de Grace has a lot of weapons. Can't take no teams lightly. Like I said last time when we played John Carroll, we played Havre de Grace.
Isn't it amazing when we talked to John Carroll, you guys eked out that win. Who would have thought, 8 weeks later, I guess you guys thought you would be here undefeated?
Well, yeah, a lot of teams was doubting us. Everybody wanted us to lose because, of course, we're Japat Town coming in 8-0. We just wanted to step up and show the county that we're #1.
And so far you are. Phil, what a ball game. The Mustangs gave you everything you could have wanted tonight.
Hey, we just came out here and played as a team. Team wins. That's it.
Now let's talk about this team over here. Mr. Alex Clark, probably the biggest play of the game when you ripped that ball out of Edwards' hands and took it all away. You had to feel great about that.
It was only 21-19. We put them ahead, but I take the glory. Thank you. I did. It was a good play, but I'm gonna put it behind me. We got a big game next week. I couldn't do it without my rest of my defense. I got Jeff Bates, Doug Green, Jimmy Lutman, everybody. Josh McKemmy, George Smith, D'Angelo Golf again. We got everybody. It's just a big team, and we just win. That's all it is. We're not gonna lose.
I've noticed one thing about you guys is that you truly like one another. Is that true?
Not in practice.
Yeah, not in practice. We got a lot of turmoil within each other, but other than that, we come on this field, we play as a team. This is it.
The Joppatowne Mariners, how does it feel? 9-0, perhaps 10-0, Dallas.
Undescribable. Can't even tell you how I feel right now.
Can't put it in words.
It's good.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Joppatowne. There they are. Mariners, congratulations. Frank Mazzanotti, that's what it's all about. Kids who came out August 15th, practiced in the two-a-days in the heat of the summer, hoping that they would get to this situation, and here they are.
Yeah, well, we talk about it all the time. Athletics is the best opportunity for kids to feel the successes and the adversity of life. And these Joppatowne players have been on both sides of that fence through their career at Joppatowne. The neat part, again, tonight is not just the team. To me, what I come out of here tonight with feeling real good is the community. To see the band, to see teachers out here, to see people live in the area of Joppatowne and have something to cling to. And especially in these times that we're in right now, you can't lose focus that people today are looking for positive sides of what life's all about. And this is just honest, good fun and honest, good team effort. And these kids, both sides. And I don't forget the kids at C. Milton Wright. They're a great group of kids. They walk out of here tonight holding their heads up high too, because they played a hard football game.
They certainly did, and but for a break here or there, it could have gone the other way.
Always.
Edwards made that, or I should say Edwards, when the ball was ripped away from him by Clark, that certainly had to be the play that turned the game around.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I thought that was a big play. I certainly think that opening kickoff at the halftime and the turnover there was a very important part in the football game, because it seemed like C. Milton Wright was ready to take over and really had the opportunity to get the football down by 2 points, and the next thing you know, or 1 point, I don't recall what the score was, but I know they were down by just a little, and to lose that momentum really cost them dearly. But again, this is high school athletes out here. They're not paid. They do a lot more than people, I think, in general understand. You and I have coached. We know the commitment that these kids have to give to a program. And again, I'm just very glad for Joppatowne, and I'm hoping as a Harford County resident that they're able to carry the ball into the playoffs and do well there.
Frank, let's recap the game real quickly. First of all, the first score, Joppatowne, it was Tally to Spawn, 66 yards, a missed extra point, 6-0, 5:05 left in the first. Then Glasscock got the run, 60 yards for C. Milton Wright. The kick there failed. It was 6-6, 8 minutes in the second period. Then Joppatowne went back ahead, a run by Gaffigan, 45 yards, tally runs for the 2 points. It's now 14-6. Just before the half ended, a Glodek to Glasscock pass of 8 yards, 1:08 left, 14-12. And again, that penalty right there, where they tried for the 2 point, they got the penalty, didn't get the 2 points, 14-12 at the half. They come right out in the second half, and again, C. Milton got the ball, but they fumbled on the kickoff. Picked up by Brian Selby of Joppatowne, and Doug Green went over from 4 yards out. It was 20-12, 21-12 when DeBlasi added the extra point. Then a big Balser run, a yard run after that short punt. That made it 21-19. Capped the 44-yard drive. But then the big play of the ball game, the Alex Clark taking the ball out of the hands of Edwards, running it to 28 yards, 28-19 after DeBlasi's kick, and that's how the game ended. Joppatowne 28-19 over the C. Milton Wright Mustangs. The Mariners 9-0. They're 6-0 in the league. Actually, yeah, 6-0 in the league. The Mustangs, they're now 4-2 in the league. They're 4-5 overall. We've not been a long time since we've seen a Mustang team below 500.
Yeah, that's true, and C. Milton Wright will be back. I guarantee you. I had an opportunity to watch their JV team. They've got a lot of talent in the JVs. I don't know how many kids up from JV are playing varsity, but they will be back, and Coach Harwood has an excellent staff, and he's an excellent coach. And again, it has been a long time, but they've had some tough competition in this county. I don't think any team has played a harder schedule than C. Milton Wright has this year, playing 3 out-of-county teams that are all ranked in the top 10. So they are a team that for Harford County, because of the size of the school and the population of the school, will always be a team we can send out and compete in the Carroll County, Howard County league. So I think you're going to see a tougher team next year, and I don't know who they finish up with at the end of the season. Bel Air. That'll be a barn burner. When you get in that briar patch, sparks fly, and there's no love lost between Bel Air and C. Milton Wright because of the closeness of the community. So that will be a tough football game. I'll probably go watch that one next week.
Well, Frank Mezzanotte, thanks to all season long for your wonderful work as always. You mean so much to young people around here. Your heart is with the young people, and I just enjoy being around you, guy.
I feel the same, and Don, I look forward to us continuing this next year.
We certainly will, with the help of Harford Cable Network. Want to thank Harford Cable Network as always. They're the folks that make it possible. Thanks to Tom Ackerman and Jim McNicholas, the athletic director here, for welcoming us and making us feel right at home. So that's the score here from C. Milton Wright High School. Final score, the Joppatowne Mariners undefeated 9-0. They win 28-19. Goodbye, everyone.